Hi, I'm Joey Lott, creator of Peaceful Possibility. My passion is helping people to discover lives of peace and freedom. In this video, I'd like to explore the question, what causes MCS, or multiple chemical sensitivity? In my own personal experience, having lived with and recovered from MCS, and in working with other people to help them recover from MCS, what I can say is that the causes of MCS, those initiating factors, are widely varied. And there's a common element among those who suffer from MCS, and there's a common element among those who recover from MCS. So I'll tell you what those are now. This will probably come as no surprise when I tell you that the common element among those who suffer from MCS is stress. Those of us who have lived with MCS know how terrifying the condition is, because we live in that constant fear that around the next corner is going to be the next trigger, the next event, the next exposure that's going to make us even sicker. And that is a horrible way to live. And it's natural enough that under those circumstances we would experience extreme stress. But what's important to understand is that chronic stress has dire consequences on our health. And so even though the circumstances seem to dictate that we must respond with stress, it's actually in our best interest to choose differently. And I'll explain how to do that in just a moment. Now, at this point, it probably will come as no surprise to you when I tell you that those people who recover from MCS discover a way in which to let go of stress. And when they do that, this activates their innate healing potential within their bodies, because our bodies are amazingly resilient. Our bodies have the capacity to heal from just about anything. If it doesn't kill us, we can heal from it 100%. So back to, what do we do that allows us to activate this innate healing potential within us? So I want to be clear that the initiating factors for MCS are very real things. This is not just in our heads. And furthermore, the pattern of stress keeps the conditions such that we inevitably will be sick under those conditions. So the symptoms that we experience are very, very real from a physiological standpoint. And the wonderful news is that it is possible to make choices to begin to turn around these patterns in our lives so that we establish a new habit of peace within our nervous system. And when we do that, this switches our body back into our natural, relaxed state, so that our immune systems are no longer suppressed, so that our digestive systems are functioning optimally, and so that we are no longer permeable and at greater susceptibility to all the toxins in our environment. Because you understand that when we are chronically stressed, we are more susceptible to all of the toxins. This is why people with MCS tend to react much more strongly to things than those who are around them, because they truly are more sensitive. Because in that chronic stress state, particularly if the stress was brought on by an exposure to some sort of intense chemical mold or electromagnetic condition, then it's very natural and to be expected that that person will respond with worsening symptoms over time, until and unless that person is given the tools, the resources, and the support to be able to make positive changes that allow their bodies to begin to repair themselves, so that that person begins to experience a greater sense of peace and freedom in their lives. Now, I'm going to give you right now some keys that can allow you to begin to discover this new way of being. So the first thing is to take a look and notice what strategies you have used up to now in trying to deal with your circumstances, to deal with your situation, to deal with your sickness. And what I propose to you is that when you take a look, you'll recognize that your strategy up to now has been to attempt to try and get rid of the conditions, believing that when you can change the conditions and make them perfect so that you can then not feel threatened, then you believe that you will be able to heal. But the problem is that the more that you go down that path of trying to control everything and make the situation perfect, the more stressed that you get. And this just makes you even more susceptible to the toxins, so that it becomes more and more difficult to find an environment in which you are not going to react. I know this directly from firsthand personal experience. The key to success then is to do something different. Instead of resisting, the key to success is to begin to transform your relationship to the situation. And to start with this thought, which I'll give to you, which is to believe that it's possible that you may be able to heal, to be 200% of your healthy self, despite the conditions. That you can become so resilient and so healthy and so peaceful in your life that nothing can penetrate that. And when you believe that that is a possibility for you, then this enables you to begin to take some courageous steps. And this does take true courage because, as I said, I recognize that MCS is a terrifying condition. And I have to tell you that what I see time and time again is that the key to healing is to take a different approach, to utilize a different strategy, and to let go of that which hasn't worked, which has been the attempt to control and change everything and to resist. And the new strategy is to allow things to be and to choose peace within yourself, to choose to approach everything from peace. And there are some specific ways in which you can go about doing this that we'll explore in some other videos. I think this one has been long enough, and hopefully I've answered that question, what causes MCS? So until next time, trust that peace is a possibility for you.